Right, here's a quick repair video on this VOX amp that I was working on. So this friend of mine brought this to me. It's a VOX VX2 is what they call it. And what the problem was the power jack was broken. This thing right here. This is actually the new one that I just installed. I'm not really a big fan of these jacks. I think they're really pretty cheap. Of course, the amp is fairly inexpensive, which is why they use those. But this jack was broken. The inside was all broken, and you could see the contacts. And I've seen this on keyboards, a lot of musical equipment. So anyways, I had to replace it with the exact same jack so that it lines up with the holes in the enclosure. But one tip I have, when you're changing these jacks out, if the jack is already ruined, it's easier just to cut all the leads off. There's a lead visible on the side, and there's one in the back. And I just cut those, and then I wiggled the remaining part of the connector until I could, get the plastic housing off. I broke the plastic housing apart just to get it off in pieces. Then it's a lot easier to unsolder each of these individually, and then I just used some solder wick and then the solder sucker to get the holes clear enough to put the new jack in place. So the new jack's installed. I'm just going to put it back together, test it. It should work without any issues. And the circuit board, I'm looking at it, pretty nice layout. I'm assuming there's some DSP chips in here to do all the amp modeling and effects and all that. There's probably a chip in here that's the amplifier, and I believe there's a tuner built in, so I'm going to check the whole thing out. But this is the front panel right here, and to change the jack, you have to take all the nuts off of all the pots, and but that wasn't too bad. But this is kind of an interesting amp. The entire enclosure is plastic, front and back. That's the cavity where the circuit board goes, and that's the back of it. So yeah, VOX VX2. Have not seen one of these before, but it should work just fine when I get it back together. And yeah, the general summary or the tip from this video is if you're removing any kind of broken component that has multiple legs, sometimes it's easier just to destroy it in the process, so you can get each leg out individually. And I think this might have been made with lead-free solder. I had to turn up my soldering iron a little bit hotter than usual to get the solder to melt, but using some solder wick and the solder sucker, I was able to get those cleaned out. So that is it. Thanks for watching. Hope you find this useful. Bye.